all don't want to pay any tax at all given the choice. And I'm sure you don't want to pay any tax at all on your savings interest. In the UK, if you receive any interest from your savings, it's a taxable income, and so you pay tax on it. Personal allowance has been frozen for some time now, and so more taxpayers are being pushed into the higher tax brackets. Therefore, in this video, I'll show you how to legally avoid paying any tax at all on your savings interest. Before we move on to how to legally avoid paying tax on your savings interest, let's try to understand how the UK tax system works. If this is your first time here, my name is Amma, a chartered accountant and a tax professional from AB & Co Accounting and Tax Services. So in the UK, we have a personal allowance, which is currently £12,570. This is a tax-free amount. And on top of the personal allowance, we have allowances available for your savings interest. And the first one is called Personal Savings Allowance. If you are a basic rate taxpayer, you are allowed £1,000 per tax year. This allowance is tax-free, which means if you're a basic rate taxpayer and you earn any interest in the tax year up to £1,000, you will not pay any tax at all on the interest. If you are a higher rate taxpayer, on the other hand, your allowance allocated per tax year is £500. Again, it means any interest in the tax year up to £500 is tax-free. There is no personal savings allowance for additional rate taxpayers. So that is the first allowance available for savings interest. The second allowance available for your savings interest is called starting rate on savings, and you can get up to £5,000 per tax year if your other income is below 17,570, which means if you have other income that is over 17,570, you will not be entitled to this savings interest allowance, which is called starting rate of up to £5,000 per tax year. Other income can be your employment income, your rental profit, your self-employment profit. These are examples of what other income are. So as long as you have other income below 17,570, you can save some tax within the starting rate of up to £5,000 per tax year. Let's consider an example. If you have other income of £13,000 per tax year and savings interest received of £4,500 per tax year, this is how your savings interest will be taxed. The £13,000 will be reduced by your personal allowance, giving a remaining amount of £430. The £430 here will reduce your starting rate savings amount from £5,000 to £4,570. So now your starting rate amount has been reduced from £5,000 to £4,570. Put it aside. You have £4,500 of savings interest income. Remember, because your other income is £13,000, you are classed as a basic rate taxpayer, and so you are entitled to £1,000 I explained previously, tax-free. So the first £1,000 within the £4,500 of your savings interest is tax-free. How will the remaining £3,500 be taxed? Since the £3,500 is within the £4,570 starting rate amount, the whole remaining interest of £3,500 will be tax-free because 1, your other income was below 17,570. 2, you are a basic rate taxpayer. 3, your entire remaining interest was within the starting rate allowance for savings interest. And so your entire £4,500 of savings interest was not taxed. Now that we've understood how savings interest is taxed and the various tax-free allowances available, let's consider what you can do to avoid paying any tax at all on your savings interest. The first one is couples having joint account or couples holding their savings in their own individual bank account. If you have joint account, any interest received within the joint account is split 50-50, which means each of you will be entitled to your own tax-free savings allowances, reducing or eliminating the tax that you pay on your savings entirely. Alternatively, if you hold your own savings in your own savings account, you'll be entitled to your own interest allowances, helping you to avoid paying tax on your savings interest. This is the first method you can use to avoid paying any tax at all on your savings interest. The next thing you can use to avoid paying any tax at all on your savings interest is with the use of premium bonds. In the UK, you can create a premium bonds account and deposit any amount from £25 up to a maximum of £50,000 limit. Within this account, you don't earn any interest, but your holdings are entered into a monthly draw and any winnings are tax-free. You don't pay any tax at all on your winnings should you win. This is another way you can avoid paying any tax at all on your savings interest. Remember, you can set up your own premium bonds and hold up to a maximum of £50,000 per tax year. You can set one up for your children. You can set one up for your spouse. Make use of premium bonds. The next one you can use to avoid paying any tax on your savings interest is with the use of ISAs. ISAs are tax wrappers. So any interest received within an ISA is tax-free. In this current tax year, you can save up to £20,000 in an ISA. If you're married, you can open another ISA for your spouse to also save up to £20,000 for this current tax year. Any interest received within an ISA is tax-free. In addition to this, if you have children under 18 years, you can open an ISA account for them and you can save up to £9,000 for this current tax year. Any interest generated within that ISA also is tax-free. Another benefit is you can access these funds anytime. There are no restrictions. Use ISAs to save tax on your savings interest. If you have found any value so far, please hit the like button to send us a signal. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more tax savings tips such as this. Since we know how important it is to save more tax and keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket, we have prepared a video for you that gives you all the tips you can use to boost your tax refund. And this can be found here. Please watch this one next. Remember, for all our videos, they are for education purposes only and not in any way a tax advice. For personal tailored advice, please speak to your tax advisor or contact us to work with us using the details in the description. I hope you have found value in this video. Thank you for watching.